What if the most complete fighter on the planet was rotting in a Russian prison, not because he lost, but because he won too hard? Yuri Boyka was once untouchable, the kind of man other fighters had nightmares about. Then one fight shattered his knee, and the legend became a janitor. Now a rigged international tournament is offering something no prison can take away: freedom. And Boyka has decided, broken leg or not, he is going to walk out of that arena as champion. Stay with me, because the moment this man steps back into the ring, the whole tournament changes. Black Hills, maximum security, somewhere in Russia where the winters are long and the guards don't ask questions. Deep inside, a crime boss named Gaga runs an underground fight circuit. His champion, Vladimir Zhikov, is a wrecking machine, and Gaga's personal ATM. The operation is simple. Inmates fight, bosses bet, and the warden looks the other way. But there is one inmate Gaga can't stop watching, a man pushing a mop through the corridor like a ghost. Yuri Boyka, once the most feared fighter in any prison on earth, now limping on a knee that was destroyed in his last battle. His request for early release? Denied. His reputation? Forgotten. His cell? 4 walls and a burning need to prove the world wrong. So he trains, with a mop handle, with a bucket, with sheer, grinding refusal. Every rep is a message to his own body: you are not done. Gaga visits Boyka's cell. He remembers the money this man used to make him. He offers better conditions, a new cell, library work, privileges. Boyka listens. Then he makes one request: let me fight. Gaga laughs. The man can barely walk, but Boyka doesn't negotiate. He shows up at the next fight, walks straight to the ring and dumps a bucket of water over Zhikov's head. The arena goes silent. Guards move in, but Gaga, amused, maybe a little curious, waves them off. Fine, let the cripple fight. What follows is not a fight. It is an execution. Boyka dismantles Zhikov in under 60 seconds. The unbeatable champion hits the floor outside the ring, and the prisoners, men who have seen everything, erupt because they just watched a ghost come back to life. That win earns Boyka a transfer. He is moved under heavy escort across the border into Georgia, to Gorgon Prison, where an international tournament is about to begin. The prize is not a trophy. The prize is freedom. Win the whole thing and you walk out. The fighters arrive from across the world. Most keep their heads down. Then there is Turbo, an American who walks into a maximum security Georgian prison and immediately starts talking trash to the warden, loud, reckless, and completely convinced he is going to win. But the real threat is already here. Raul, nicknamed Dolor, which means pain, is the Colombian favorite. He doesn't train like the others. He doesn't need to. His boss has been slipping him performance enhancers in a metal box, and Raul has been using them to throw sparring partners around like they weigh nothing. Every morning the fighters are shackled and marched to a stone quarry, hard labor before training, the warden's way of making sure only the strongest survive long enough to fight. The elimination stage begins. 4 fights, 4 survivors. The Brazilian dismantles the Greek with raw power. Turbo eliminates the Croatian. Loud, physical, and exactly as advertised. Then Boyka steps in against the French contender. Gaga watches from the stands, expecting his man to fold. Instead, Boyka fights like a surgeon, precise, relentless. The Frenchman refuses to go down, charges back with blood on his face, and Boyka ends it with a single devastating blow to the chest. But as he walks away, the limp is visible. Raul sees it, files it away. Then Raul fights. And it is not a competition. It is a demonstration. He punishes the North Korean fighter until the man is unconscious on the canvas. The crowd cheers. Mr. Rizzo, the Georgian crime lord running the whole operation, smiles. His investment is performing exactly as planned. What no one mentions out loud. The fighters who lose don't go back to their cells. They disappear. Permanently. Gaga and the other bosses are furious. Their fighters are being worked to exhaustion in the quarry. That was never part of the deal. They storm into the warden's office, demanding answers. Then they turn around. Mr. Rizzo is standing behind them, calm, pouring whiskey. He explains it simply. The tournament is fixed. Every bet, every fight, every outcome already decided. Raul wins. Everyone else loses. And if they want to keep their money, they will place their bets on the Colombian and stop asking questions. Boyka and Turbo, meanwhile, have been thrown into the pit, a freezing hole in the ground for starting a fight at the quarry. No food, barely any air, and Turbo, even here, will not stop talking. But something shifts in that pit. Two men who had nothing in common start to understand they are fighting the same enemy. And when they come out, they stop wasting energy on each other and start training together. Push-ups in chains, squats with rocks, guards watching in disbelief as two starving prisoners get stronger. Boyka's knee flares up during semi-final prep. Turbo notices. He finds mountain flowers. Their oil can ease the inflammation, and hands them over without making it a moment. It is the first time anyone has helped Boyka without wanting something back. Boyka wins his semi-final against the Brazilian. Barely, but he wins. Rizzo is now genuinely worried. He gives the warden a direct order: neutralize the American before his next fight. The guards carry it out that night. They beat Turbo nearly to death in his cell. When Boyka finds him, Turbo is still trying to get up, still insisting he will fight. Boyka makes a different call. He tells Turbo to run, break the chains, get to the forest, disappear. Turbo refuses until the old water carrier tells them the truth. The fighters who lose, they are executed, every single one. At the quarry, Boyka smashes their shackles. Guards rush in. Boyka takes them apart. Turbo, battered and barely standing, makes it up the hill and into the woods. Boyka takes a rifle butt to the skull and goes down. Boyka wakes up in his cell. Rizzo and the warden standing over him. Gaga arrives, cold, detached, and tells him he has already placed his bet on Raul. Everyone has. The whole room has written Boyka off. The final fight begins. For the first 2 minutes, it is even. Every strike blocked, every takedown countered. Then Raul finds the knee. He grabs it, twists it, and Boyka screams. The arena erupts. Gaga celebrates. Rizzo leans back in his chair. Raul unloads, strike after strike, and then a crushing blow sends Boyka off the ring entirely. He hits the floor outside the ropes. The referee starts counting. On the ground, vision blurring, Boyka sees a prison mop, and he hears Turbo's voice. Improvise, adapt, overcome. He tears a strip of cloth, wraps his knee, forces himself up at the count of 8. He climbs back in. The crowd goes quiet. Then Boyka lands one punch. Raul drops, and the silence breaks into something that sounds like the entire prison exhaling at once. Raul gets up, attacks the knee again. This time, Boyka doesn't move. Raul's leg buckles against him. And when Raul hits the mat for the last time, it is not a knockout. It is a verdict.